Yo, welcome back to the Rest Hold Podcast. This is episode 19. That's right, 19. 19 weeks strong.
It's a lot of weeks.
The episode, as always, brought to you by your boys, Tanner Fred, and me, Zach Foreman. Tanner, you know the deal.
What's going on, everybody? We got Survivor Series coming up live from the Rest Hold Podcast.
Yup, the Rest Hold Podcast will be in attendance. The Barclays Center, November 21.
21st.
Woohoo! Let's go. Big Sunday.
Huge Sunday even.
Some are saying the biggest.
Of the year.
Some are saying.
Some are. Not us.
Yeah, we didn't say
anybody
it.
that we know, but I'm sure some are.
Somebody said
Somebody out there said it probably.
Yeah. But, the card is taking shape.
Yeah.
We are all set and good to go, except for the last spot on the SmackDown Survivor Series team.
The women's team as well.
Oh, yeah, the women's SmackDown,
Women's
also a vacant
team.
spot.
Yes.
So, prediction?
Before we jump into the WWE real quick, just want to shout out Hangman Page.
Oh,
New
yeah,
AEW champion.
AEW.
Shout out to Hangman.
Yeah.
Hangman's someone I really like in AEW.
We wouldn't be doing ourselves any favors as a wrestling podcast if we didn't talk about the paradigm shift for AEW.
Yeah, I hate to say it because I'm not the biggest hater.
deserve
No,
it.
not even that, but like, this is long-term storytelling.
Yeah, it was.
Long-term storytelling that we're talking about here.
Yeah, they got
Months,
it through the injury.
Years even.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of AEW.
Yeah.
This match was kind of been waiting.
Yeah.
And the dream match of AEW, really, since its early days.
And it's the right result.
100%. It was time.
I mean, you have Kenny and like the belt collector and the top guy for so long, but it's the right result.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool for a while. It had its little run. It was losing steam week by week, so it's a nice change. I mean, it seems like the fans,
Well, they were having a little ratings problem.
Yeah, I mean, also, like, the fans love Hangman, and they latched onto this.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as he won, like, that Money in the Bank briefcase
Whatever
match.
their comparison.
Yeah, whatever there is, and it was like a poker chip. As soon as he won that was like, all right, they're finally doing it.
Yeah.
So, good for him.
Good
Happy
for
for him.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch it.
Not me either. I heard the pay-per-view was really good.
Heard it was a great pay-per-view.
I was trying to
I will get
stream
back.
it.
Yeah, I will get back around to it and watch it. I just didn't pay for it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Saturday's tough.
Yeah, Saturday is tough.
I mean, I know Sundays are tough, too, because it's like football and everything, but Saturdays are tough.
Sunday's like designated wrestling day.
Saturday's also just like a Sunday, I mean, is also more just a designated, I'm not really doing anything day.
Yeah.
Like,
I can free up a
people
Sunday.
People do things Saturday
night.
nights.
It's tough.
Like, that's a day people do things. So.
Agreed. But
back on brand here.
Back on brand.
SmackDown prediction, bro. Their roster isn't. I think it's Sheamus, personally. I know they talked about him being back. Rich Holland had said he's back.
You need somebody like Sheamus to make me even think that SmackDown has a chance.
I don't think there's a single person that's ever wrestled that can make me think that SmackDown has a chance.
Like, you can convince me that SmackDown with Drew and Sheamus could knock a couple people off. You can convince me. You can't convince me that Drew and the rest of that team can knock off.
Even with Sheamus, that Raw team is so good.
Yeah, just like as a reminder, the Raw team is Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and, new guy, Austin Theory.
But he's good.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. But even if you leave Austin Theory out of it,
it's absurd.
You take those four versus the four that are currently on the SmackDown roster: Drew McIntyre, Xavier Woods, Jeff Hardy. Like, I'm drawing a blank again. We just went over Corbin. Yeah, like no way that those four guys stack up against the big four on Raw's team. It just doesn't happen.
Not even close.
So, to me, Sheamus, a little bit of credibility, but the way that WWE tends to do things is they'll match up the roster, so it's going to be like a Ridge Holland, like one of the newer guys.
Yeah, I think so. Also, like, I'm going to bring an extra TV, like a broken TV to her house. Because when Drew beats Bobby as the first elimination, I'm punching a hole in it.
To my house?
Yeah, well, I don't want to punch your TV.
You mean you're bringing it to the Barclays Center?
Oh, the Barclays. I forgot. I totally forgot.
We're going to the event, and he's over here just...
I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah, Bob, I mean...
I'm going to go get a soft pretzel when that happens. 100%. Right away, soft pretzel duty.
The way I see it, and if we're...
I'm going to be furious.
Do my prediction really quick.
Okay.
I actually think Bobby Lashley's the last man standing.
Really?
I really do. I think that the stories everywhere else can play themselves out, and you can kind of get somebody eliminated without it looking too bad. But let me run it back. Not even the last man standing. Bobby Lashley wins the match because I think Raw wins, and I think Raw wins kind of handily. Like, I think maybe 3
Let's do
guys
that.
left.
I know we talked about using this as our personal tiebreaker. Yeah. What is the score?
I think Raw wins kind of 3 guys left.
Okay, so 3-0?
3-0.
Okay.
Because I think Seth Rollins
I think it's 2.
2? You think Seth and Bobby?
I think Seth is out.
Seth is out?
Because of Kevin Owens.
Wow.
I think it's Theory and Bobby.
That wouldn't be so bad. But I was thinking the opposite, I guess. I think Seth and Kevin Owens stick around. They fight each other. Neither gets eliminated. And then Bobby Lashley kind of just
But, I mean, my thought was Kevin also has stuff with Finn. That's why.
Yeah, Raw has a lot of internal conflict on that team.
Mm-hmm. I think Theory and Bob.
Guess you're right. That would make...
That's my 2.
That would make sense, but I'm still going to go with 3.
Okay.
My 3 are probably not even the right 3. Like,
my 2 probably aren't the right 2, so...
Well, we could probably be wrong. I mean...
we could be wrong. SmackDown could win.
WWE and me love Drew McIntyre, so they could easily, and I could see it, easily have Drew McIntyre run the gauntlet. 1 versus however many. 1 versus 3, whatever it is. That's
I pray to whatever's above that they don't do that.
You could see it, though.
100% I can see it. That's the problem.
You know what? I'm switching my entire pick.
You're taking
on the
SmackDown
fly.
1-0?
I'm taking SmackDown. Drew McIntyre, last man standing, 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good pick.
And I'm taking it, beating Bobby Lashley last.
He's... Okay.
I'm taking it
if Bobby
just like that.
is eliminated, it will be by Drew.
Yep.
100%.
Yep. I'm taking that WrestleMania rematch, that face off, and Drew McIntyre.
What a shame.
He gets the better of him. The
what
story's
an absolute
there.
shame because it's there. That's what's happening. 100%.
It just clicked.
What an absolute shame.
Love it
for Bobby.
Drew McIntyre, congratulations.
Let's move on before I lose my mind.
No, congratulations, Drew. I'm telling you now, everybody, congratulations, Drew McIntyre.
What a shame.
Yep.
Absolute
That's not
shame.
a prediction. It's a spoiler.
For the women's team.
Okay.
Who do you think the last person will be? Don't take mine.
I think we're both probably leaning the same way.
Let's hear it.
I'm maybe Toni Storm.
Okay.
The only other potential is Naomi.
Okay.
And I don't think Naomi will be, but the only reason I say Toni Storm is that they had her come out, she gets a little TV time. It's her kind of like return.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
of course.
Whatever debut she had, but it's kind of a return.
Of course.
So, but yours is...
Mine's Gia Lee.
Oh, well, that's not bad. She's coming for the last...
I think she's the last one.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
They've been prepping her with like those backstage packages and the vignettes for,
I
don't know, 3 weeks since the draft. It would make sense if tomorrow night they fill the last slot with Gia Lee.
Yeah. She's good. I like her a lot. She's really good.
How do you get her on the team? Who does she like?
I don't think it matters.
No,
I just have Pierce do it.
They could just announce it, right?
I think Pierce should just do it, or have her like beat the crap out of someone, and Pierce be like, "Oh, by the way, come out."
Like a last contenders match, like
no.
Or just she
has a match, dominate somebody, and then Pierce is like,
okay.
I like that.
I think that
especially if it fits like this villain Pierce.
And I kind of like that a little bit better than even what I was thinking with Toni Storm, because if Toni Storm comes out to challenge Charlotte, like, don't get her messed up in the Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Let 5 other people with not a no other story going on get involved in that.
Exactly, I'm with that.
Yeah. So Gia Lee, but that's now you filled the spot. Who wins?
This is tough
because they're going against
this one's tough.
Decent women's
I have
team.
to go double check the rosters.
Yeah.
All right. So Raw is Bianca, Rhea, Liv, Carmella, and Vega. SmackDown: Sasha, Shotzi, Shayna, Natalya,
and
blank.
Our prediction: Gia Lee.
Yeah.
So this one, I think it's Raw, and I don't think it's close.
Part of me thinks that as well, but I could see like the infighting with the Rhea and Carmella and Liv and Zelina and all that jazz.
Right, but there's also the infighting on SmackDown with Sasha.
But it's
and
just
Shotzi.
Sasha and Shotzi.
Well, didn't Natalya have a thing with?
Yeah, like who knows? Yeah,
Shayna.
They're not gonna bring that up again.
Who knows? But the way they're...
I still think it's Raw.
Yeah, I think that...
I think it's Raw.
I think that this is going to be used to remind everybody that Rhea Ripley is a top girl. I think she's going to be the last one standing. Or
you have to keep Liv strong somehow.
Yeah, so maybe not last one standing
capacity.
necessarily, but wins,
one of the last ones standing.
So you're right with Liv. Liv can't just lose. She's challenging Becky. For all we know, they'll go with that and make.
I'm changing to SmackDown.
Okay. Why?
Because it's going to be
doing this.
It's going to be like a 2-on-1 with Bianca, and then Doudrop's going to cost her.
But
so I'm going 2-1, 2-0 SmackDown over Raw.
I'm here for the Doudrop costing Bianca. I don't think it ends up costing Raw.
I think it does. Because if you're Raw, then you just don't let her cost her.
Well, if you're Raw, then you have like a big gripe with her for the next...
I mean, yeah, but if you're also Team Raw, just don't let her do that.
Yeah, but how many times have we seen it where like everybody's down?
Yeah, I guess it's possible.
So...
I'm going SmackDown 2-0.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna stick with Raw. So now you got me thinking. I think I'll go Raw 2-0. I think because I don't think Liv can get eliminated.
Depends on how.
I just don't think so.
Okay.
Because there's not really a person in that match that can eliminate her and like
Sasha.
not. Well, I mean, you lose to Sasha, you can't beat Becky. Like, that's just.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Like that's just
depends
the way
on how you lose, but okay.
Yeah, but that's just the way I see it. And then I think my initial take of Rhea, getting the showcase match, I think that's going to stay true.
Okay.
So
enough.
Raw 2-0.
All right. SmackDown 1-2-0. 2-0.
We're split down the middle, so the score doesn't even necessarily matter.
It might not matter anymore. Yeah. I mean, it might later on. Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura versus United States Champion The Priest, the Damien.
I mean, does Shinsuke even have a chance?
No.
Like, is there even does anyone think
I don't
Shinsuke
think
has a chance?
Shinsuke... I haven't seen Shinsuke in, like, months.
No, that's not true. He's out there every week.
You know what I mean, though.
But, like, Shinsuke having a...
He's had one televised, according to CBS Sports, he has one televised title defense, TV or pay-per-view, since August 13th, when he won the belt. It is November 18th.
Yeah, he's been doing the thing with Rick Boogs.
Yeah,
there's no reason.
Nothing.
Yeah, there's no reason for Shinsuke to win. He's
the
not
Damien
going
will
to
probably
win.
come out on top.
Yeah, they just made this new character for him. He's gonna win,
yeah.
and he's probably gonna win convincingly.
Pretty convincingly. I don't know. They like Shinsuke enough to let him wrestle. So we'll see.
I don't think they're gonna squash him. But I think it'll be like Damien's. Like
Damien
convincingly, not like
wins.
a roll up, not anything up for debate.
What do you think happens if we get the Priest instead of the Damien? Do you think the outcome would still be the same?
Yeah, why not?
No,
Shinsuke might not hit him then.
I'm just curious.
Can't hit a man of faith.
That's a good point. Anyway, moving on.
Rick Boogs does it instead.
The tag team champions, RK Bro versus the Usos.
Okay.
This is the hardest one to call.
This, I think, is the hardest one to predict. And that's mainly because I can easily see it going either way. So, a little bit before the show, I was thinking, okay, I'm going RK Bro. And then as we got closer to the show and I'm thinking about the matches, the way that the dynamic between Randy and Riddle has been lately is like Riddle does not listen to Randy. Riddle keeps getting himself in trouble. He keeps getting pinned in matches. He keeps getting beat up after matches because he does not listen to Randy. I kind of think that theme is going to carry it over into this match, and I don't know if it ends up in Randy like, I'm done with this. I don't give it like anymore. I'm not paying attention to you. Like, you want to do your own thing, do your own thing. Or if it's going to be like Randy's needs help and Riddle is like, I could see it either way. You know, like I just don't know that RK Bro benefits from the win.
Funny enough, I think Usos and SmackDown benefits from a loss.
Well, let me just.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, we'll play out your thought and then I'll.
My thought is like, I like that story of Roman being like, are you guys kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, I put my name on the table. I did what I had to do. I mean, he's beating Big E. Spoiler. Yep. Like, I did what I had to do. You guys couldn't get the job done against an old man and some stoner. Like,
the only reason I get what you're saying, and I think that my thought process is the exact counterpoint to that is how many more times can the Usos lose? The Usos just keep losing, and they just keep getting embarrassed. They haven't come out clean on top, like, of a single like interference or anything. Even when they're interfering, they're getting beat up.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many times you could do that. On your point, the Roman Reigns thing, that makes perfect sense because coming into the podcast, I was like, oh, Roman's gonna win, and then it's gonna be a sweep by Raw. And then talking through some of it, I've kind of talked myself out of it. But I could see that still, and Roman could be that's his next character arc. Is I'm the only person from SmackDown that won. Like, what are you guys all doing?
That's how the Messiah started.
Yes, that is exactly how it is.
I mean, he didn't win, but everyone lost.
But I think Roman would do that infinitely better, 10 times better. So I could see that happening still, and I don't think that's terrible.
No, I don't think so either.
I just think for Riddle and Randy, winning kind of, I don't know, like derails that storyline that they're building.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
This one is tough, so if you have to call it.
So who's your pick?
I really want to see the way Roman plays out being the only winner, but I think I talked myself into the Usos winning. So I'm going to go with the Usos.
I'm going to go with RK Bro.
We're split right down the middle.
Yeah. I thought we were going to come in with the same picks.
Except for the Damian.
Except for the Damian and then Roman. But let's just get Roman out of the way then.
Yeah,
it's a pretty obvious one.
Roman, yeah.
Roman's winning.
I don't know how he's going to win. I don't know if it's clean. I don't know if it's interference.
It's not clean.
Yeah.
It is not clean.
I think it should be clean.
It should be clean. It will not be clean. But Roman Reigns will win.
So that's my only problem with Survivor Series, the way that it's, laid out. Mm-hmm. Survivor Series is always champion versus champion.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now it is.
Yeah. So my problem with that is you should have an A champion. Mm-hmm. Like, to steal from NXT a little bit, it's like Carmelo keeps saying he's the A champion. Yeah. Like, you should have that. I should know which champion is the champion.
Yeah.
So, like, I know
You kind of do, though.
No, we do. Like, we do know it's Roman. But I'm saying going into Survivor Series, they should let everyone know. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't need Roman to win on, like, a quick roll-up or just hit him with a chair and just interference. Like, Roman loses by disqualification just to lose.
Yeah.
But it's Roman, so it doesn't matter.
Roman's winning, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys think otherwise, let us know why.
Yeah, I'd love to know why.
If you guys
I'm very curious if you think Roman might lose.
I mean...
What's the story?
They put the crown on Roman.
They literally crowned him.
They gave, like, it's a joke, but, like, they made King of the Ring just to give Xavier that. Like, they just wanted Xavier's King of the Ring to play out.
And then they gave it to Roman a month later.
And then, exactly, they gave it to Roman a month later.
Yeah.
And, like, sure, Roman looked like he was going to get pinned by Xavier, but we all knew that wasn't going to happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, we'll see how it plays out. I think there will be a little, and this is another reason, just to, backpedal a little bit, I think the Usos win. Is because I think there's going to be a little Uso New Day interference.
Of course.
And the Usos coming out after a loss, it's just kind of...
I guess.
Not that it can't happen, I just feel like it's...
I guess, that's a good point.
But yeah, Roman.
Yeah, Roman.
The last match?
Becky and Charlotte. This is another tough one.
Yes. So, all week, I was convinced. No way Becky can lose. There's no way Becky loses this. Surely Becky does not lose. Becky's going over. Becky's going over clean. Mm-hmm. There's no way that they let Charlotte win this. Mm-hmm. Today, I'm all in on Charlotte Flair.
Really? I would love to know why.
Call me simple-minded, and I just fall for the bait. Charlotte's out there talking about how good the match is going to be. Charlotte's still the guy. Like, say what you will about Charlotte Flair. She is a top 5 wrestler on the roster. Male, woman, does not matter. She's a top 5 wrestler on the roster. Could the mic work be a little bit better? Sure, but it's better than it used to be.
By a lot.
But Charlotte, for the first time, it feels like, as champion, is having a decent, meaningful run. And what is more, propelling you to the next level than beating Becky? And if I'm being quite honest, Becky survives a loss better than Charlotte does.
I agree.
I think that you can still get Becky to go back to Raw. She can still be the arrogant heel, like, well, I still beat Bianca in 26 seconds, and Liv never even smelt the title. Like, you could still get away with that.
100%.
But Charlotte loses, and it's like, again?
Yeah, no, it's true.
But I'm guessing you're leaning...
I'm going the complete opposite direction.
Yeah.
You made an excellent point in there that I'm going to counter.
Yeah.
You said Charlotte's the guy still. You're right. But she's not the man.
Becky's not the man.
She's not the man.
She's Becky 2 belts. Big time Becky.
She's the man.
Nothing natural about it.
I think Becky wins. They love Becky. Like, Becky's their champ. Like, but that's the point you made, is that we needed, like, who's the champ?
Yeah.
Becky is the champ.
It's 100%
It's
true.
Becky.
Yeah.
So, that's really all my reasoning.
But, like, is she?
Yeah.
Because when they...
Yeah, she is.
But is she? Because when they are advertising and when they're broadcasting, and, call me simple, maybe it's just the name, right? Like, Flair is out there. But they use Charlotte.
No, you're right.
So, I don't know. And
Was Charlotte at SummerSlam?
I don't know.
Don't think so, right?
No.
Okay.
But wasn't she like on all the posters anyway? Wasn't that it?
Yeah, she
and then they
was,
pulled her.
Yeah.
But the way I see it is like, if the rumblings backstage are true and everybody hears it, Charlotte's unhappy, Charlotte doesn't want this, are you going to make her lose? Or are you going to try and appease her because she's the best on the roster?
But that's if they're true.
Yeah, and I don't know which way you go about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But she's out there and she's putting the match over on ESPN. So I'm also just a Charlotte guy.
Yeah, you like Charlotte.
I'm biased.
Yeah.
So I'm a Charlotte and Roman guy.
Yeah.
So I could talk myself into either way. Like I said, all week leading into this, I was Becky. But, today, just for some reason, I'm Charlotte. And who knows, maybe Sunday I'll change a heart again. But right now I'm leaning Charlotte. And I think this is a sneaky match of the night contender.
I don't.
You don't think it's going to
play out? I think Roman and Big E are going to tear the house down, to be honest with you. I think that match is going to be phenomenal.
No. So I don't mean to keep doing this, but every time we talk about Big E, I feel obligated to remind everybody he's just not at that level.
You're right. But every time we talk about Roman,
everyone has their best match
against Roman.
But
I know what you're saying, but Big E,
he needs this.
Big E, not the character, Big E, the human being, knows what this match means.
Yeah, he needs this to be a great match.
You need to show up.
Because everybody else that Roman has gone with has
showed up.
It's just unbelievable. Roman's reign right now, no pun intended, has been
incredible.
Great match after great match after great match.
And Big E knows he needs to show up and prove. Because that's the thing, too. Big E's he knows. He's not oblivious to the fact that people understand that Roman is the guy.
Yes.
And that, maybe, Big E got lucky. And I know, we say, the character, whatever, but...
Yeah. Big E, the human being.
We know that, maybe there's better options. You have all these guys on Raw. Maybe there's better options. So you got to show up and prove, this wasn't a mistake. Yes. I was picked for a reason, and this is the reason.
Yes. So. I agree that he's got something to prove. But the last time that he had something to prove, when he won, and then when he beat Bob a second time, the triple threat, he was clearly not on their level. With Drew and Bobby. He's not on that level. Then he wrestled Bobby in the cage. He's not on Bobby's level.
That was still a really good match, though.
No, it's still a really good match, but you know who the better performer is.
That's true.
And you guys, not you guys.
And I don't want to say this,
it's
not I love Bobby.
Right.
But Bobby doesn't really make anybody better.
No, he doesn't. He's a big guy.
Bobby
that
does
works
what he
for
does,
himself.
and if you work with Bobby, you work with Bobby.
Right.
Bobby's not making Drew better in the ring or anybody. No. He didn't make Kofi. He dominated Kofi, but he's not making anybody better.
No, but Bobby's already at a level that is higher to me than Big E.
100%. Yeah. But Roman is that good and is making people better.
100%. Absolutely.
And the potential is there for Big E. It's not he doesn't have the talent.
Right. So when I'm saying that Big E's not on that level, I'm not saying it's Drew. It's Roman, Drew, Bobby, Big E. I'm saying it's Roman, Drew, Bobby, Seth, top guys, and then maybe
Big E's right at the top of the next one.
Yeah, he's leading the pack of the next guy up, and maybe this is the match that propels him forward. We're Big E guys. I like Big E. Yeah, we like Big E. I'm just saying that I don't know it's gonna be match of the night. It's gonna be aggressive, hard hitting, and
100%.
They're gonna be fired up. If they do it right.
My thing is just because Roman's in-ring storytelling has been so good lately that and there is a story. Yeah. There's been a story for a long time.
Yeah.
And Roman will tell that story.
Yeah, I
think it's gonna be match of the night by far, personally.
I'm not saying that I disagree. Mm-hmm. I just think that you have Charlotte and Becky, who
another great story.
Great story. Apparently bad blood in real life now. Mm-hmm. And you've made this point. When was the last time two people who really didn't like each other had a bad match?
They normally go.
In fact, they come out and tear the house down. Mm-hmm. So we're going to get Michaels and Bret Hart right now.
Maybe. We'll see. That's a bold comparison, but we'll see.
If you needed two women to do it.
No, it's true. That's two of my top 3 or 4 probably.
If you needed two women to come in and tear it down, one is always Charlotte, and then maybe I go Bayley instead. But
my fourth was Asuka.
Yeah, Asuka.
It's one of those 3.
Yeah.
Against Charlotte.
But I'm here for it, and I know the women's division as a whole on WWE has kind of been lacking.
Yeah, and it's not the fault of the talent.
No, it's not.
The talent's still good.
And I think this match, you talk about it means more. If you steal the show at one of the big 4, like how Bianca and Sasha did night 1 at Mania,
that means a lot.
It helps.
That does not go unnoticed.
Yeah. So I'm here for it. I hope that it's separated from the men's main event. Because if it's the second to last match, everyone's looking ahead to Roman and Big E.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
So I hope that they split it up with maybe the Women's Survivor Series, Men's Survivor Series, something
We'll
like
see.
that.
We'll see.
Even open the show. You know, give me that. That'll get everybody fired up.
Yeah.
But I just hope they don't shoehorn it in right before the
that would be tough. That'd be tough.
Because
even if it's good, the hype for Big E Roman is going to be
ready for the next match. Yep. I mean, that's kind of it. You got any last-second Survivor Series stuff?
Survivor Series, no. That's pretty much all I got.
Yeah,
Survivor Series.
I mean, we're going to be there, guys. We'll post a couple more predictions throughout the week. We'll get our picks out there, try to get some fan interaction, try to get some, extra clicks, extra views.
Try to pass out business cards.
Yeah.
We don't have business cards. Both, for example.
Try to build the brand a little bit. Maybe sneak in a poster, listen to the rest hole. But before we wrap up, let's talk a little NXT.
Yeah, just real quick, just, not like predictions or anything, because we still got a little while for that pay-per-view, but just like what we're feeling, what we're thinking for War Games.
Yeah, did you say it on the pod last week?
I did.
Yeah.
I did bring it up.
We've been Tanner, planted the seeds for the idea it's going to be old school versus new school. And I was, on the fence. Sure, it'll be a good match if they do it, but I didn't know if they had the stuff. This week on NXT,
they kind of doubled down on it.
They're going for the stuff.
Yeah.
With LA Knight and Grayson Waller. They're old school, new school. I get it. LA Knight's still kind of new to NXT, but the point is he's a veteran. Yeah, old school guy, ran the indies, whatever. Champion.
How about that though?
Yeah.
Talk about Grayson Waller taking a shot at the indies.
Yeah. Couldn't have gone over well with a lot of guys.
There's probably a lot of people in the back that pissed off.
And
100%.
Unless they, even if you know it's coming, that's a shot.
But not everyone knows it's coming.
Especially because they're cutting people for that reason now. So that's
a little bit of a real life shot.
Yeah.
That
maybe
whether it was approved or not, I don't think it's too much.
No.
I don't think anything. And this is just me personally. I understand there's some lines you don't cross. I don't think anything's too much.
Oh, so I'm not saying too much. I'm saying he's gonna get stiffed for that. Ciampa's stiffing him.
He's gonna take a real one
because
soon.
Ciampa lost it even in his promo talking.
Yeah, you can see him start to get pissed off.
Really upset.
Yeah.
And maybe credit to Ciampa who's just that good.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it.
Yeah.
But so you got LA Knight and Grayson Waller. You got Ciampa and Braun Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
You got Johnny and Mello. And then, what was our last one that we were thinking? Pete Dunne.
Originally, it was Pete Dunne and Trick.
Right.
But I think it's going to be Pete Dunne and Tony D.
Yes, I think so too. Because Tony D kind of laid out the... and Pete Dunne thinks he's the
only
man.
other one it could be, but they'd really have to shoehorn it in a little bit, would be Roddy and O and Odyssey.
So the only reason I'm out on that
I don't think it will be, but that's the only other combination that makes sense in my mind.
So I don't see that happening. One, because they kind of handled it.
Yeah, they kind
of handled it. But two is, whether you want to call it face and heel or whatever, the faces are the old school.
They are.
Like Ciampa, he's not necessarily a face, but he's definitely not a heel.
No, he's a face. Yeah. He's an aggressive face. We talked about this. He's definitely a face. He's over.
Johnny is a face.
Johnny's a face. Pete.
They're turning LA Knight quickly. The Grayson Waller promo flipped LA Knight right away.
Yeah.
So
LA is definitely becoming more of a face.
Yeah,
and Pete Dunne is kind of just does what he does.
Yeah, and they still have 3 weeks to wrap that up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
Grayson Waller's now a heel.
Yeah, and
Carmelo's a heel.
Right.
Tony D's. I love him, but that's a heel.
He's a heel.
He's a good heel.
Yeah.
And who's the last one? Braun Breaker's not a heel,
but he wants the title.
It still makes sense.
Same thing as Pete Dunne. He doesn't have to be a face.
He just does what he does.
He doesn't have to be a face, but
it's just
he wants
you're
to
in the way.
Match. Yeah.
So.
And look, we were talking about it, and I think you want to get Braun Breaker back in the.
He pins Ciampa.
He pins Ciampa to win War Games. What else gets the guy over?
Look at Raquel.
Yeah, win War Games, win the title.
Pins Yeah.
I mean, first of all, if that's true, if this match plays out how we just predicted it, that will be a phenomenal War Games.
Phenomenal.
Talk about how we were just last week saying, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to make this work. They don't really have a team to go for it. If they do that angle, that's going to blow out last year's. And last year's was awesome.
Last year's was really good. Last year's was really good.
McAfee and them was awesome.
Yeah.
But this, man, I hope it works out because that has potential.
Yeah. Real quick to wrap up, last one. Yeah. Who is the fourth on the EO women's team in your mind? Just a heads up. Just War Games for the women has already been announced. It's EO, Cora Jade, and Raquel and Blank versus Toxic Attraction and Dakota Kai.
Right.
So, Blank. Who is it? I have my guess. Personally. You want me to go first? So you can think?
Yeah, you go first.
I think it's Kaylee Ray.
Yeah.
I think it fits, that title picture kind of thing. Her like kind of beef with Mandy Rose. I think she's a phenomenal talent. I think it adds a lot to the match. It would have been Zoe Stark, but she's hurt.
Yeah.
So I think now like that's a pretty good fit. Like there's not really anyone else on the roster that's on TV enough.
Mm-hmm.
The only person I thought of was like Saray, just as like someone I see.
But Kaylee Ray makes more sense.
Kaylee Ray makes a lot more sense. So I think it's Kaylee Ray.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that. I can't really think of anyone else.
The only other option we had was somehow getting Casey Cannizzaro and
so my thing was that they would both be in, but they're not going to both.
But they're not going to both be in now. So I think it has to be Kaylee Ray.
Yeah, because I didn't account for Cora Jade being in, which okay, I guess like her beefs with Dakota.
Yeah, so is Raquel's.
Yeah, so like that's 2 people for 1 person. You know what I mean?
And Io's 3 for 1.
I mean, Io's kind of beefing with Toxic Attraction because
that's what I'm saying. Oh, theirs is 3 for 2. Cora has no business with Toxic Attraction.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah.
So it kind of balances out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gotta be Kaylee Ray. Yeah, it's the only thing that makes sense because like nobody else in that match is necessarily feuding for the title. Yeah. So like Kaylee Ray would be the person that feuds for Mandy. Yeah. Like comes for 100%. Mandy's title. Yeah. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, no, I got nobody else. Yeah, and they're not going to debut somebody from War Games, especially someone new, like not on NXT. Yeah.
Kaylee Ray.
I mean, NXT was good though.
NXT was really good. It's a good week.
It's always good. It's always kind of delivering now. Mm-hmm. Anything that stood out?
Not really.
Any recaps?
Nothing like crazy.
No last second recaps. Nothing jumped out from the week.
No, I think too.
I think actually, what jumped just one quick note. We talked about it briefly. Was Kevin Owens and Finn Balor. Mm-hmm. So I mean, they obviously go.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. What's next? Kevin Owens is up for the title.
No, Seth is.
And then Kevin Owens?
Yeah, I guess.
So Seth loses again?
Doesn't have to.
No, it doesn't have to.
The story with Seth, too.
Yeah. Big E, one more time, not to keep hammering Big E. The promo to Roman, man, just didn't do it for me. The one where he's like, you hurt my...
It was all right. I mean, it was good.
But,
I mean, we talk about this a lot. We talk about this with Drew. It's very hard to be a true babyface.
Yeah, and it's...
Being like a full, like... all the way good, like lawful good babyface is really tough.
Yeah. So it's just like, it's unfair to him to keep saying that, like, but the promo just doesn't do it. Like, the aggressive, you hurt my family, now I gotta
This is my thing, though. Like, Big E was a really good babyface in NXT. Like, let him do, like, his 5 count. Yeah. Like, let him bring back that, like, stuff that kind of makes him heel-ish, but he's still, like, not being a heel. Yeah. Let him be the aggressive face. Yeah. Like, that's fine. I think that would do a lot better for both this story.
It could benefit him as well if he loses to Roman and then becomes that. Like I couldn't get it done against Roman. Now people think I can't get it done at all. So he starts getting aggressive. But that's kind of our wrap up. That's kind of Survivor Series predictions. That's a little way too early NXT War Games preview, but it looks like it's taking shape. Yeah.
If you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe down below.
Like the video.
Comment, let it, give us some interaction. Absolutely. Anything you guys got, we appreciate.
Subscribe.
We want to respond.
Share the video. We love talking wrestling, clearly. So let's talk wrestling.
Follow on Instagram and Twitter at resthold_pod. Mm-hmm. We are on YouTube, obviously, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, and Spotify as well. Yeah. So anytime you want to listen.
We'll be a little more active this weekend. Obviously, it's pay-per-view weekend, and we're going to be there, so we'll try and get
some... We'll get a lot of... Some kind of content going out.
Some kind of content out there for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Let us know if you want to see anything in particular. Mm-hmm. We'll do our best to provide. Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.